What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into another video. In today's video, man, I'm doing something that I've not done on the channel. I'm doing something not hockey related. Obviously, there might be some new audiences here, as this is something different that I haven't done before. And if you are new, how's it going? My name is BW Hockey. I usually cover hockey content, but I'm going to start to branch off and try to do some other sports and just cover some other cool things. I really like to do rankings, and as you can tell by this video, we're going to be ranking MLS logos. I plan on doing MLS jerseys at some point, and maybe even going into some other sports, some CFL logos, maybe some jerseys, and just some other leagues and sports around the world. I think this will be really fun. I've given you guys my opinions on pretty much all I can in hockey, on logos, jerseys, all that I pretty much can. So I feel like it would be really fun to try to branch into some new sports. So I've ranked every logo in the MLS from my least favorite to my favorite. This was really hard for me, as being a hockey fan. I like kind of actual logos, you know, like mascots and stuff. In soccer, it's a lot of badges and just more square shield space logos and stuff like that. I do like soccer. I've played soccer and I'm a big Whitecaps fan, so I know my way around soccer. I know all these teams and stuff, but it was kind of hard to rank, I'm going to be honest. Before we get into it though, as always, if you guys are new to the channel, it would mean a ton if you guys hit the subscribe button and like the video if you enjoyed. We are on that road to 1,000 subscribers, and about 55% of you guys who watch my content aren't subscribed, and it would just mean a ton to me if you did. It is free, just down below. Click the button. Now, let's get into it. So like I said, this was extremely tough. We're going to start it off in last place, and in 28th, we have the New York Red Bulls. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a logo and a team named after a drink and a company. It's just kind of boring. I know what the Red Bull logo looks like, and it's just not unique at all. Next up, we got Real Salt Lake, and now, I'm going to be honest, there's not a lot of hate. Like, the rest of these logos, I don't dislike. The only one I did was the Red Bull one, because there's no creativity. It's just a Red Bull logo, essentially, on like a badge. This one's pretty cool. I think the yellow, blue, and that kind of reddish, pinkish color kind of clash a little bit, especially the blue and that pinkish color. They just don't really seem to fit very good together. They kind of have some contrast issues. That's really the only thing I dislike about this. Otherwise, I like the shape. I think the SRL is kind of neat in there with the crown. I think that's cool too, and the soccer ball looks fantastic. Next up is FC Cincinnati. Now, I think this one's okay. Very symmetrical, having the blue and then the orange down there. You got Cincinnati going up. You got a cool lion and then the FC at the top. I think it's all right. It's just nothing like crazy to me. Like I said, I like all of these, so it was really hard to rank. To me, it's more just the colors, the blue and the orange. It's just not my favorite color combination. Next up, Nashville SC. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know it was Nashville SC. I'm not sure what SC stands for. I could be an idiot for not saying that. I always thought soccer had FC for football club. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's soccer club. Bam, I just solved it. It's got to be soccer club. Either way, I don't really like it. It's almost in the shape of a stop sign. And because it's yellow, it kind of gives me like caution sign / stop sign vibes. And with the NV and all the striping. It's also very close. If you guys are familiar with gaming, do you know the NV logo? Envious, they're a professional gaming organization, and it's very close to that logo, and that's all I see when I see this. So it's a little bit more creative than the other ones, but it's still just, I see stop sign, caution sign, envy logo. Next up is Houston Dynamo FC. I kind of like this one. The only thing about it for me is that D and H in there kind of really gives me like very corporate vibes, professional vibes. It does not scream soccer to me or football. I'm big into logos and logo creation, and to me, this seems like it would be like a lawyer office logo, like a realtor logo, a hotel logo, something like that. It just, the D and the H in there just doesn't seem like a football club, soccer club logo. Next up is Inter Miami. Now, this one's okay. There's a lot going on here, so the only reason I set it low is because what's up with these heron, flamingo type things? I think they're herrings. I don't get that. Is that like a big thing in Miami? Maybe I'm just uncultured. It's a possibility. I do like the pink though. Like if we're ranking jerseys, which I want to do at some point, the pink jersey is phenomenal. I gotta be honest. I really like pink and black. It's just something about it. I don't know what the MMXX stands for. Again, maybe it's just me being very uncultured. There's just a lot. There's a lot here. Next up is New York City FC. I like this one. I like the two shades of blue and the orange. I know I said earlier that blue and orange isn't my favorite, but I like that the orange is the third the third color here. You got the dark blue, which I'd say is the main color. It's even the fourth color. You got the light blue, which I would even say I'd go dark blue main color, white secondary color, light blue third color, and that orange is just the fourth color. And I really, really like that. It's not too overpowering. I also really like the NYC. That's very true and on brand with New York and New York City. And I think it's very clean, I'm going to be honest. Next up is Orlando City SC. Now, the only reason I put this where it is because of the purple. I love purple, man. Purple is not used enough in sports, and I think this is fantastic. This logo looks incredible. I think the lion looks mean. It looks really good on there. They didn't do too much. It's literally a shield with a lion and Orlando City on it, and I think that is awesome. It's clean and simple. I like it. Next up is Charlotte FC. I really like this too. This one's very clean and simple as well. The only thing I don't like is the minted 2022 on there because whatever. Like it's just, to me, that's just off-brand. Hockey doesn't do stuff like that. The Charlotte Football Club with the crown in the middle, I think is very nice. The blue and black looks fantastic. Everything else is good. Next up is Philadelphia Union. I like this one too. This one's very cool. I think Philadelphia in like that goldish kind of color along the top looks sweet. You got all the stars down the bottom. I think it looks very, very clean. I like the snake in there. I like how the snake is that goldish color because it goes with the rest of the text and it goes with the two lines going up. And then you have just this light blue line coming out of nowhere down the middle there. I think it's very cool. Next up is Chicago Fire FC. I think this one's kind of cool. It's very, very unique. And it's just pays really good tribute to Chicago. You got Chicago City flag colors in there. You got the star from the flag in there as well. The C looks pretty good. The C looks like it could be a C for the Chicago Blackhawks, Chicago Fire FC, any kind of Chicago sporting event. That's what it looks like to me. I like that it's a circle. It's very easy to use and play around with. I just think it looks good. I also like that it's kind of like a badge, you know? Next up is Columbus Crew. Now, I was very, very confused at where to put this one because this one, to me, doesn't scream soccer or football at all. To me, this seems like it would be, and maybe it's the C in there, it looks like it could be like a company that creates video games. It looks futuristic-y, and to me, I had to put it somewhere kind of in the middle-ish because it's so unique. It just doesn't seem like the rest of them. The rest of them are all round, shield logos. This one's like almost like a banner with just like a very futuristic C in there. I think it's kind of cool. Next up is FC Montreal. Now this one I was torn between. I had it pretty far back in my rankings originally, and then I went through again and I moved it up. I think it's cool. The only thing I didn't like is that I thought there was so much going on in the middle, and the more I looked at it, the more I liked. I know it still kind of looks like a snowflake, and there's still a lot going on, but I do like the fleur de lis there. I like that you got it in French. Club de Foot Montreal. I don't even know if that's French. I'm Canadian and I can't speak French. I just think it's cool. It's very simple, but I think it's cool. Next up is Minnesota United, and man, the reason I put this here is because I think this is one of the most unique logos I've seen. A lot of them are very straightforward and just like, they're like a shield with very symmetrical lines. This one's super unbalanced, and I really like that. You got a lot of gray at the top where the striping stops. Then you have that like swan type bird coming up and being like almost negative space because you got the gray kind of going around. I just think it's so uneven that it actually looks really cool and is very unique. Next up is New England Revolution. I think this one is pretty cool. I really like the red, blue, and white. I think they're very nice color combos. I think this one's pretty neat. I do think the center is a little bit crazy though. I'm not sure what's going on there. I like the R. The R is kind of fun. And I do like it. I just don't know about that middle stripe going through. I really like how much white there is though around New England Revolution and between like the text and the middle logo. I just like all the white. It's separated very well. Next up is DC United. I like this one quite a bit. It's got more going on. Sure, it's a shield, but you got the eagle kind of coming through. It's very there's just a lot going on here, and I think it's all good. Like it all works. It's more than just a shield, which I really like. Next up is Atlanta United FC. Now this one I was torn because everything about this badge I love. The shape, I like that it's just a circle. You got the cool A in there. You got the red and like that darkish gray stripe in there behind. And then you got Atlanta United FC. I think it's so cool. The only reason I didn't rank it higher is the colors, man. It's so dull, very quite boring colors. And I'm just not a fan of the colors. Otherwise, everything else about this I like. Next up, Toronto FC. I've never really been a huge fan of Toronto FC, but after looking at it, I do think it's quite nice. You do have the T in the background with Toronto, and then you got what I think is supposed to be a really fancy maple leaf on the top there. The colors are okay. I always thought it was just kind of a mediocre logo. Next up, we're getting to ones that I really like here. We got Kansas City Sporting. I like this logo, man. I like how uneven this is. I think the SC for Kansas City looks incredible. It's very, very fun. I just realized I said SC, and it has nothing to do with Kansas City. Either way, I really like the SC there. I think it's supposed to be an SC. I like the striping on the side, the light blue, how it just comes down in such a weird kind of unique pattern there. I think it's super cool. Next up is the San Jose Earthquakes. Now, I really like this logo. I think the blue and black on the right of the logo, the little lines that are kind of checkered pattern, looks incredible. The soccer ball looks good, and I like how the stripe comes down and outlines the soccer ball. And then it's got like the white one, then black, then a little blue one. I think it looks so good. I really like that 1974 is the only thing in red just there. It's super eye-catching. I think it's a very clean logo. Next up is the Vancouver Whitecaps. I've always really liked the Vancouver Whitecaps logo, even before I started getting into soccer. I always thought it was really cool. Vancouver Whitecaps FC, just right big in the center. Then you got these cool little diamond shapes going around the back. I think it's very nice. I like the colors a lot. The 2 shades of blue with the white. I think it looks very good. I've just always liked this logo. Next up is the Portland Timbers. Now, I put this because it's probably one of the most unique non-soccer logos. There's a few in here that aren't soccer logos, but this one's very non-soccery just because there's no text. It's literally just an axe in like the shape of a T, and then you have whatever those yellow stripes coming up are, and I just think it looks very, very cool. Next up's LA Galaxy. I love this logo. The colors look fantastic. The LA text looks super good. The Galaxy text is fantastic, and I really like the star in the center. Also, the shape of the shield is just perfect for this. It allows the point of the shield to meet the point of the star, and I just think it looks good. Next up's Austin FC. There is so much going on here, yet I love it. The tree just coming out. You got the shield that goes down, then it comes up to a tree. I think it's so cool. You got FC just hidden in there in the tree with green as well, and then Austin is just white. It's super noticeable. I think it's so cool. Next up, you got the Colorado Rapids. I really like this logo as well. You got a clean soccer ball in there. You got the mountains. I also just love the burgundy and light blue color scheme going on here. I think it's just such a nice color scheme. Burgundy is one of my favorite colors, so I might have put this up here because of that. But man, I think it's nice. Next up is the Seattle Sounders FC. I've always really liked this logo, especially when I started watching the Whitecaps. Whitecaps in Seattle played quite a bit, and I really like this logo. The green and blue I think is cool. Obviously a Canucks fan myself, so I would like green and blue together. I like the Space Needle in there, and I like the text. The Saunders text with the points coming out of the E, the D there, the N, and the U, just all of it. I think it's very clean. Coming in at number 2, we got the Los Angeles Football Club. I think this logo is so dope. It's just cool, man. It's so clean. It doesn't have to just be a soccer team. It's just the L and the A, the wings coming out of the A. The goldish and black just looks so good. I think this logo is just incredible. I love it a lot. Coming in at number 1, you got to give the props here. It is the FC Dallas, and I just think this is such a mean logo, you guys. You got the bull in there just looking mean. You got the star because it's Dallas. You got FC Dallas. You got it in a cool badge. I just think this thing is mean. It's probably one of the most complete looking logos. Man. You also got like a little flame going on the top of its head. I just think this logo is mean. So there you guys have it. That is my ranking for MLS logos. Obviously, let me know down in the comments what you guys agree with, what you disagree with. This is all opinion based, so if you don't like my opinion or you don't agree with it, just let me know down in the comments. That's totally fine. Obviously, everyone's open to their own opinion. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, it would mean a lot if you guys subscribed. Like the video if you enjoyed. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.